Hi guys, we're in week 5, 1 week left, and there's so much going on in this particular novel. Now, again, we have the slides that need to be done, the pages that they are, and the due date that it is best to get it in by. Now, my little turtle doves, we have so much to do. Now, let's go take a look. Quick write. Is lying always wrong? Oh man, isn't that like one of the biggest questions in life? I mean, most fashion people say that there is the 30-second rule. If somebody can't fix things in 30 seconds or 10 minutes, depending on who you are, don't tell them. I was like, okay. But then again, is it like feeding a like self-importance or a self-image that isn't true a good thing? But then again, we tell kids about Santa Claus. If I just ruined Santa Claus for you, I'm sorry. Now, you have to tell me, is it ever okay to lie to someone? Explain the response. Now, you of course can use things in your own life, but give me an example or give me an example from the book. Now, let's go take a look at how people are manipulating other people. Now, this is a great grid, okay? So we have Katniss, Peeta, the Capitol as a whole, okay? Game makers, and Cinna. How they use the cameras to manipulate. Now, they're manipulating the crowd. They're manipulating the audience, okay? Just in case you're worried. How do they use that camera to manipulate people? And now Katniss, that particular manipulation starts breaking down after Rue, but we'll get back to that. What do they hope to gain? Now, after Rue dies, Katniss does her little revolt. She decorates Rue. She has a funeral for her. She treats her like a child. She treats her like a human being. She doesn't let them just grab her up with that little claw machine thing and take her away and pretend like she didn't die. She's like, no, this is a child and we're going to have a funeral for her and she was loved. Now, she kind of loses her manipulation tactic for just a little while she's trying to wrap her head around all of that. But she gets right back on the horse when it comes to Peeta. So please, don't think that this has ended. She gets right back up on that manipulation horse real fast. And what do they hope to gain? Now, up next. How can using individual strengths and or intelligences help someone to survive? What is the importance of alliances to survival? Now, these are two separate questions. One of them is the first question we asked you in the first week. And this one is going to be like, do you need allies? That's a fundamental question. Are people in general a species that needs another person? One of those questions people have asked the ages. It's up to you. You tell me. Up next, again, another grid. We've got a quote and then there's significance. Significance, why is it important? What does it tell us? Now, we have quote number 1. Conflicting emotions cross Thresh's face. He lowers the rock, points at me, almost accusingly, just this one time. I let you go for the little girl, and you and me were even then. No more owed, you understand? Now, what's the significance of that? I mean, that is huge. Thresh is described as the largest tribute that Katniss has ever seen. That rock in his hand is a bullet in a gun for anybody else. He could have killed her easily. Why is it so important that he doesn't? How does that kind of undermine that idea, that theme of survival no matter what? Sorry about that, guys. Now, down to our next one. I nod because I do understand about owing, about hating it. I understand that if Thresh wins, he'll have to go back and face a district that's already broken the rules to thank me, and he is breaking the rules to thank me too. Now remember, Thresh doesn't know about that loaf of bread. He doesn't know. But he and his people have the exact same idea. This girl, we owe her. And that's strong. I mean, that's crazy. So we take a look at what is its significance that she gets it. She totally gets why he's doing it. It's not because he likes her. It's because he understands what it is to owe someone, and he will not have that debt. So you explain it to me. Down next. The last thing I remember is an exquisitely beautiful silver and green moth landing on the curve of my wrist. Oh, I am not going to help you on that one. You are definitely going to have to read this one. Now, up next. Now, back to our essential questions because we always come back. How can people change perceptions in order to win? Is the relationship between Katniss and Peeta made up for TV cameras or is it real? Now, that one's a big fight. I mean, critics have had some really intense discussions on this. We're on one side, we've got the party that, Katniss doesn't understand what it is, what romantic love is, that she kind of deadened herself to that type of love when her father dies. And everything has been about for survival. And since love does not equal survival, then she doesn't need it. But in the same key, the reason why she wants to survive so bad is because she loves her sister so much. Now, then we have to ask ourselves, Katniss says that she doesn't love Peeta, but is it she just doesn't want to admit that she loves Peeta? Then we have to ask ourselves, is Peeta being uber manipulative and just saying what he needs to say to get out of this? Because currently he's like completely injured, and the only way that he's going to survive is if this chick does everything for him. So we have to decide there. Okay, well, but then we can say, okay, well, Peeta's going to die, so he doesn't need to lie because he's going to die. Why lie at this point? You guys got to fight about it, figure out what your position is, and tell me why. Okay, the big thing is textual evidence. Give me evidence. Okay. Now, notice there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. I'm going to ask for 3. 5 for bonus points, 3 for full credit. But give me textual evidence that proves that this is real or this is a fake. Now, up next. Again, another grid. Don't freak out. Let's go take a look. Read each question in the chart on the right side. Cite evidence from the text that supports your answers and indicate which theme it relates to. Remember, we've got our dystopian societies. Again, a very bleak future. Survival. Or perceptions. Can we bend the perception? So we're going to give our answer to the question, our evidence. Where did we get this in the book? And then which theme it is. So we're only going to have 1 to 2 words in this column. A full answer. Now feel free to turn down the text size. And then your evidence, copy paste. That's the reason why I gave you the PDF. Now find it in your book because, guys, the book is going to save your eyes. But when you find that book, hey, that's my evidence. Go over to the PDF, go Control F. Control F is going to open up a find box, put in the first 3 words of the sentence that you want to copy, and just copy paste it over. You go, it's super easy. Take a look at my finding things in the PDF easy video. Now, our questions are, how do Peeta and Katniss think Haymitch won the games in his year? 2, why does Katniss call Thresh's death a murder? That's a big one, guys. Words are always important, and his was a murder. Why does Katniss want to marry why doesn't Katniss want to marry or have children? There's a real big, easy one on that one. Why is Peeta a terrible hunter? And we kind of know. And who killed Foxface? And, yes, you can say herself. That's okay. Now, chapter 24, pages 320 to 330. It's only 10 pages, guys. Super easy to find, okay? As you read chapter 24, so hopefully you look at this before you finish your reading. Answer the following questions. Why does Katniss kiss Peeta's forehead as he drops off to sleep? Why does Katniss believe in the end of the game is near? Now she knows. She starts feeling the timing change. How does Capital force the remaining players together? Why doesn't Cato attack Katniss? That's yeah. That one's good. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to the end of the games. We've got the mutts coming up. We've got tons of stuff that are coming after them. We have to decide, is Katniss a genius or just a rebel? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next week when we finally finish and you are done. Have a very good day.